As the clock struck midnight on New Year's Eve, Emily found herself alone at home. Her family had gone to a neighbor's party, leaving her behind due to an unexpected work commitment. The house was shrouded in darkness, the only illumination coming from the dim glow of the streetlights outside. Emily tried to make the best of the situation, convincing herself that a quiet night alone could be relaxing. She settled onto the couch, wrapped in a cozy blanket, and turned on the TV to drown out the eerie silence. The flickering lights from the screen created dancing shadows that seemed to whisper in the corners of the room. As the minutes ticked away, Emily began to feel an unsettling presence. She dismissed it as mere imagination, blaming the late hour and the spooky atmosphere outside. Determined to shake off the unease, she decided to make some tea in the dimly lit kitchen. The creaking floorboards echoed through the silent house as Emily moved cautiously towards the kitchen. The rhythmic tick-tock of the antique clock on the wall seemed to grow louder, each tick resonating like an eerie heartbeat. She glanced nervously over her shoulder, half expecting to find someone or something lurking in the shadows. The tea kettle whistled, jolting Emily out of her uneasy thoughts. She poured the steaming liquid into a cup, her hands trembling slightly. Just as she started to regain her composure, she heard a faint whisper, a voice that seemed to materialize from the walls themselves. "Emily." Her name hung in the air, sending shivers down her spine. She froze, her eyes darting around the room. The TV flickered momentarily, casting a ghostly glow across the living room. The clock's ticking grew erratic, its echoes blending with the mysterious whisper. Dread settled in the pit of Emily's stomach as she realized she was truly alone. She felt an inexplicable urge to investigate the source of the whisper, as if an invisible force was compelling her to follow its ghostly call. The shadows seemed to close in around her, creating an otherworldly atmosphere. Summoning all her courage, Emily ventured down the dimly lit hallway. The whispers persisted, growing more insistent. The air felt charged with an eerie energy that sent shivers down her spine. As she reached the closed door of her parents' room, the whispers reached a fevered pitch. With trembling hands, Emily pushed open the door, revealing an empty room bathed in an ethereal blue glow. The whispering ceased, replaced by an unsettling silence. As she stood in the doorway, a cold breeze swept through the room, extinguishing the candles that lined the dresser. The shadows danced and flickered, taking on a life of their own. Emily's breath caught in her throat as she witnessed a ghostly figure materialize before her eyes. The figure, clad in tattered clothing, beckoned her with a spectral hand. "Join us, Emily," it murmured, its voice a haunting echo. Paralyzed with fear, Emily couldn't tear her gaze away. The room seemed to warp and distort, and she felt a chilling presence surround her. As the clock struck midnight, ushering in the new year, the ghostly figure reached out, and Emily was enveloped in darkness. The house stood silent and still, its secrets locked away in the shadows. The new year had begun, but for Emily, time had taken on a different meaning in the haunting realm that had claimed her.